Listen to what they're talking about at the Bank for International Settlements. You see, that's how they do it. They wait till the end of the year. They could have released this at any time. They're confirming so many things we looked into and showing why it was important to take that path. Everything happens for a reason. Every cause has a because. Every effect has a cause. And we've been following it every step of the way. This is why we know the golden age of crypto is right there. This is why a lot of others are starting to discover there's a golden age of crypto coming. Some type of life-changing explosion beyond the comprehension of the normal mind. But you and I, right? Wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. There's nobody else around. It's just you and me, right? It's just you and me. We're not the normal mind. No, we put in the hard work. And that's why we discovered things that they're now talking about. We discovered way back when, and we prepared ourselves for the moment that is to come. What am I talking about here? What are we talking about? Did you see this BIS document? And make no mistake about it, you know they're going to drop a 78 pages. They dropped on your head, on everyone's head. Well, at this time of year, where everybody's eating, they're eating all the pie. They're eating all the food. They're having a good old time with the family, telling jokes with the family. They drop a 78 pages on your neck. Oh, don't worry about it. That's why you got old alphanine. I skimmed through a little bit of it, just a little bit, enough to see that they basically confirmed. Now, let's go through a few things that they were talking about in here. And it's really, I'm telling you right now, see, the people in that members only section, they know. They know. I brought some things up. They brought some things up. What was one of those things that they confirmed in here? Read this document for yourself. By the way, you don't have to just take my word for it. Read it for yourself. Make up your own mind. Those offline payments. Wait a minute. Who was at the forefront of those offline payments? Who were some of the earliest building offline payments, QR code payments? Wait a minute. They put a couple of things together. You got to read the entire 78. The entire 78. Wait a minute. In this document, they're talking about QR code payments, and they're talking about also the importance of interoperability, which they don't have. Wait. BIS, IMF, ECB, you don't have interoperability. How are you going to pull this off? But wait a minute. There's a key here. See, all of this coming out around holidays. They know you don't have time for this. But I'm going to bring it to you. And then I'm going to say, hey, later on, when you do get time, maybe you want to read this document. Wait a minute. So, offline QR code payments. Then you have this other piece, interoperability. What's the region they're concentrating on in here? What's the region we've been following for so long? Heavily, because we knew. They're using the data and information from Latin America. Haven't we been heavy on Latin America and following all the different things that have been happening down there, from Quant with LAC Chain to Algorand with Koi Banks to XRP and Ripple down there, helping different financial institutions, shaking hands, trying to make partnerships. We got to get an update on that. To Stellar had some activity down there also. Oh, boom, boom, bang, bang. We've been on top of it, right? That's why. And what did I say early on? I said it's because, you see, this is a thing that people know about Latin America. See, Latin America is bold, brave. They're going to jump out there first. They're going to try something new. They don't have any fear. And so that's going to provide a lot of data. They're also going to be at the forefront and benefit a lot. Let's not kid ourselves. They were the first to ever test the CBDC system with the tokenization of a commodity like oil. They backed their digital currency with oil, one of the countries. I can't remember which one it was, but I put the documents up. People were able to screenshot it. That's a fact. They didn't go forward with that experimentation, but they did it. That's what's important. They did it. They saw that it worked, which is going to come in handy later, because if we have to wait to see what's going to go on with this whole BRICS nations things. But we've always known BRICS nations could either be serious, but then there's little tensions, and it's an economic alliance. India doesn't get along with China. China doesn't get along with India. So it's like, how's that going to work? We'll see how that goes. But something like that, experimentation of tokenization of a commodity and backing your stable coin or whatever digital currency with a commodity, the value of a commodity, that could come in handy later. If it's something like oil or whatever else, sugar, whatever you have, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. As long as it's value is value. Does that make sense? Does it matter if it's $20 value from gold or $20 value from oil? I don't care. Just make sure you got that $20 value when you want to interact with my system, when you want to send me some value. It just had to be $20 worth, or if I was in China, 20 yuan, whatever, renminbi. Just make sure it's that 20. It has to be equivalent. That's all that's going to matter. But they got that data from Latin America. You see how all this is coming together? So wait a minute. How does this all tie into the bank coin family, the utility coin family? It has everything to do with them, because who's been dominant in Latin America? Bank coins. Ripple even had recent activity. Stellar also. Algorand's been dominant down there for a long time. Don't you ever forget LAC Chain and Quant making their presence felt in Latin America. This is huge. And they're looking there. They're using that information. That's like, there's so much here in this document. It's just unbelievable. And once again, you tell me it's not a technique to drop something like this right before the end of the year, right before the holidays. There's nobody around. Everybody's gone. In the U.S., most people are on vacation. They're over somebody's house. They've got their feet kicked up. But they release this now. I'm telling you, there's only a select group. It's you and me, maybe a few others who know this type of information. And don't worry, I'm going to get back to the new fields that I've been researching. I got another members only video I'm cooking up because people showed interest in the last one. So I'm just putting interesting things out there of future technologies I think that could be dominant. It's nothing major. It doesn't mean you have to act on it or anything like that. I'm just a researcher, but this is what I'm looking into. There's two to three more. I got two solid ones. I just put that last one out there. That was just like a sampler. That was the lightest one. That's why I did it. I had so much information on it. So if you didn't check that out, go check that out, because the next one is coming in the next few days. All right. So now, I'm trying to think anything else they had in here. There's so much in here. Like I said, 78 pages. It makes a lot of sense. You look at what they're talking about with offline payments, interoperability. Did you see the video I released recently where they're going over the whole ISO, importance of ISO? That's what they're saying at payments.com. Take it up with them. The importance of ISO when it comes to interoperability, all that good stuff. All right. That's what they're saying. Take it up with them. You disagree. It all makes sense. It's all coming together. Now, it's going to be important to watch what happens with this whole regulatory environment in the U.S. over the next few months. That's going to be major. And I'm talking about know the littlest detail. Because the littlest detail could tell you if you're one of those people that's not trying to hold too long on something, not financial advice. But if you're not trying to hold too long, you need to know when to move and when to act, when something might happen. Right? So if they wind up dropping the whole SEC thing because there's a new regime coming in, there could be certain movements made. Also, that lets you know, hey, maybe start watching and listening for announcements early before everybody else hears them. So sometimes if you have your search engine, your notifications set up a certain way on certain websites and stuff like that, you can get news very early. It's like early in the morning. Sometimes news will drop. You make a move on that. Well, everybody else is getting that in the afternoon, or they're waiting on somebody deliver it to them. It comes in the evening. You're already on top of that. Boom, 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 making moves. That's what I'm talking about. So that's going to be something important to watch. Remember, when it comes to Ripple, XRP, Algorand, Quant, these types of bank coins, I think even Chainlink has some movement in Latin America. I just can't remember specifically off the top of my head. Don't quote me on that, but look into it, right? It's up to you. You want to look into it, you do, or you don't. but they're truly global. They got a lot of business partnerships in the US. They have a lot of business partnerships in Latin America, MENA region domination, UK, Europe, China. So any little movement could be huge. Any announcement could be huge. You want to get that first. And of course, here I'm always going to do my best. But if it's an article or something like that, I feel it's important. Members only section. That's how it's going to go. Sometimes I do release stuff early in the morning if I feel like it's important enough. But that's members only section stuff. So now let's move on here. Let's move on from that. OK, because I feel like a lot of people are going to just go read that article. Now, that PDF is a PDF. Read that PDF now. All right. And it's going to be very enlightening. This article is titled "Explosive Altcoin Season Incoming," says economist Henrik Zeberg, with Ethereum rival Solana headed for final target. This is what I'm talking about. So you have all of these so-called top level people, whether you agree with it or not, that's up to you. This is what they're calling them, saying that there's an explosive altcoin season. I would listen, I believe Bitcoin and altcoins are going to continue to go up in the future. And that's not without volatility. Let me make that clear. I got to make that clear almost every time, because if you don't make it clear, somebody's going to be on your neck like, wait, what is it? Could go down. Yes, it could. And I think it'll go back up again. But the environment is so positive and bullish right now. That's not without its negative catalyst. Like, for instance, here's a negative catalyst, but I don't think it changes the trajectory at all, is what's going on with Mt. Gox. Didn't they just move a bunch of coins or something like that? They're going to be liquidated very soon. I'm trying to see if I have that article. Bear with me one moment. I'm just looking to see if I have it. I don't think I do. But yeah, so, I mean, sure. Could that have some effect? I think they moved a significant amount. Just look that article up, okay, for yourself. So let's say it brings things down a little bit. No big deal, because the companies are going to continue to buy the dip. Even if the companies jump in and they say, well, let's bring it down a little bit more. That's just so they can buy more at a lower price, knowing that they believe, this is what they all been saying, that Bitcoin is going to skyrocket at some point again. And I don't think it's any different for altcoins. I think it's even bigger for so-called altcoins, because not only will they ride the Bitcoin wave up, but they have all these partnerships and utility that can be announced, that they should announce if they're smart. Everybody that's building on those chains should make their announcements of new partnerships and new things that are happening as soon as the regulatory environment changes completely and the coast is clear. Start dropping announcements. And so they sort of have two waves that are going to converge and make a big splash, if that makes any sense. So they're even more bullish, in my humble opinion. But don't sleep on Bitcoin either. This just for now. That's how I feel. I say that because in the future, things could change. If we get new catalysts that are majorly dominant and they are majorly negative, then sure, I won't feel that way about Bitcoin. But as of right now, things are looking really, really good. So then it continues here. It says the analyst uses the Elliott wave theory to forecast a massive run for Solana. The theory states that an asset tends to witness a 5-wave rally, with wave 3 being the longest and the strongest move up. Quote, altcoin season, or alt season, he says, has begun and is now about to move into its most explosive phase. I would love to see that. I love Solana. I want Solana to go even higher, although once again, we're already looking super good. Even when it comes down, we're looking super good. It's not $15, $16, $18 anymore. It's not. All right. So it's looking great in my humble opinion. I know it's not that way for everybody, but I speak for myself. I don't represent anyone but me. Solana has been leading after a strong wave 2 pullback. It should now begin its most powerful move up towards its final target, unquote. Listen, I'll say this. I believe if he's saying final target, he's talking about the final target of whatever this surge is, whatever this energy is. I think the bull run could go till the end of 2025. I do. Could I be wrong? Sure. I am but a man. But I think it could go to the end of 2025. Looking at all the catalysts. Solana itself is sitting on so many things it could do. There's a lot of companies that want to use Solana. Solana said it was going to go after the banks. There was if you remember that, just imagine they make an announcement. They actually have a few banks. Is that not bullish? I mean, listen, maybe that doesn't move the people. It probably doesn't. I've heard a lot of times companies say we're working with a bank, and the people are just like, really? You're not bullish. That's as a long-term holder, that's not bullish to you. Then we're just different. We're just different. I'm looking at what could flow through the technology, not just because of hype, but because it's going to be used, right? And then that price goes up permanently. You have a permanent higher low at some point in the future. That's what I'm looking for. I don't care if it's XRP or Quant or Chainlink, Solana. It doesn't make a difference. I want those prices to rise up and stay where they are, much higher than where they are now, permanently. Now, is that a guarantee? No, I'm not here for a guarantee, but I know when to take a risk. I know when to take a shot. And so that's what I'm looking for in Solana. That makes sense? Makes sense to you? What do you think? What are you looking for in Solana? Do you have? Don't say if you have any Solana. Let me not ask that question. Don't do that. Be safe on the internet. Don't tell people how much of this you have or how much of that you have so they could try to hack you, rob you. Like, don't do that, right? Don't do that. You know, so and I'm an advocate of protecting yourself at all times, whether it's on the internet or, you know, I got my holster on today, you know, so yeah, protect yourself at all times. Not advice. Solana is trading at $196 at the time of writing, down 5.5% in the last 7 days. So he's bullish on that. It says wave 3, quote, wave 3 in alts now beginning. Hold on. All right. Unquote. All right, sir. This is what you're saying. I can agree with you. I think things are going to shock a lot of people. I don't know if it's going to happen immediately. That's the thing. See, a lot of people, I'm not saying that's just what he's saying. He says the analyst predicts Bitcoin will head higher in the short term as 2025 kicks off. Yeah, I can see that happening. Like I said, I think a lot of these companies are, they're going to be buying the dip if they haven't already. I haven't seen the numbers on it from like Sentiment or one of these companies that usually will report on that. But if the trend holds, then the big companies will buy the dip. As it goes up, then the retail will start to buy again also. As it goes up, they'll trade, sell, then they'll buy when it dips again and it go up a little bit, then they'll sell. Somebody will sell, it'll go down and they'll buy again and it'll go up again. You know how this works. Rinse and repeat type of thing. So I'm just keeping my eye on that. So it wouldn't surprise me right now. But once they stop doing that, that's when you might see a severe correction. And although some people, you know, they didn't like the dips that happened to me. I didn't think they were too severe, in my humble opinion. It's just another day in crypto. Crypto gets crazy. It's like that. You know, I've become numb to it, really. I think a lot of people have, although they like to pretend that they haven't. They're like, oh my goodness, crypto. It was red today. I'm like, where you been? You haven't been here through the bloody bear market? We went through hell. We came out on the other side though, didn't we? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. All right, so now let's move on here. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have, is this some more Bitcoin news? What is this? Oh, it's just a raw crypto news. This article is titled Crypto Market Set for December Gains. Raoul Pal, I don't know why they phrased it like that because December's almost over. I know how that sounds. Then it continues, though. It says Raoul Pal predicts strong start to 2025. Now, that's the part I want to hear about. What is he talking about? What is he saying? I'm assuming that he's bullish, obviously. Raoul Pal, a former Goldman Sachs executive, they have to tell you that every time. Like, we don't know who he is now. Right? Like, there's that many new people to crypto that they don't know who this man is by now, especially with Bitcoin being so popular. I think we all do. I don't know. They're going to tell you who they are every time. Two people, they're going to tell you who they are every time. Raoul Pal and Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad author. Like, every time. We know. We get it. We got it. All right. It says here, predicts that the crypto market could experience significant gains as 2024 draws to a close. In a recent conversation with the crypto trader Scott Melker, Powell pointed to historical trends suggesting that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies might see substantial price increases in the final days of December. This is the same thing. There was another guy who said the same thing. You're going by this historical stuff that has happened in December. But the other guy was talking about, this is how they phrase it, Santa Claus rally. This is what the other guy said also. You know, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what it's doing today. If this is accurate, it looks red right now at $95,513 Bitcoin, that is. Let's go to CoinMarketCap real quick and just see if that's accurate or not. I don't trust the websites because sometimes they don't update in real time. This is my experience. So I like to go right to the source. So right now, bear with me, it's loading up. Right now, Bitcoin is on the hour, it's up 0.20%. It's green, 95,677. So it wasn't that far off. The website wasn't that far off. On the 24 hours, it is red, is down 2.88%. And on the 7-day, it is down also as red, is 1.55%. Love you, Bitcoin. Keep doing your thing. This is not looking bad, in my humble opinion. We shall see how everything plays out. At least I'm going to see how it plays out. I'm here. I stand my ground like I always have through the bloody bear market. No running, no backing down. Look where we are now. No backing down when it comes to XRP, anything else. Look where we've come, right? So, and this is just a start. It's just a start. In my humble opinion, that's how I feel. If you do different, think different, I can respect that. Right? All right, so now, blockchain and AI enable advanced personalization in healthcare. Do you honestly believe that they're not going to combine that with quantum computing? As quantum computing gets sheared up, and it is right now, it's getting more powerful, but they're downsizing it. Of course, they're all going to be packaged together. The whole world, and that's another thing I forgot to add in that when I was talking about that PDF in the first chapter. Now, here's the thing. I don't remember if it was this PDF or another. I read a lot of PDFs today. My apologies I did. That was just the one I thought was the most interesting. And one of them, if not that one, they were talking about the combination of all of these technologies. And I was like, I swear to you folks, sometimes I think that first of all, let's just be clear. A lot of people have watched my content that I'm shocked watch my content over the years. I would have never expected them to do that. So that lets me know it is a possibility those people sometimes, these PDF writers, speech makers may have watched a video or two or such. I don't put that past. I'm just saying, you could disagree with that, but if you know what I know, and I'm not the only one, I'm pretty sure they watch a lot of people's channels if they respect their minds. You get what I'm saying? But it just weirds me out sometimes. They were saying the exact same thing that I've been saying about the combination of all these things put together. I haven't heard a whole lot of people talking about that. Listen, what have I been saying? DLT in combination with AI, in combination with quantum computing. The only thing they left out was robotics. That's going to be in there also. Robotics, and that includes, in my humble opinion, includes drone technology, will be a part of all of this. It's a completely new world. And that's what that PDF was talking about. There's a new world that's coming, not just a new financial system. That's just the part people are looking at now, because that's big money right now. Although I believe it's going to be bigger money later. But no, and this is another reason why I'm researching other things to invest in that. But like I said, those other things to me are super long term, because those technologies are still being built. They're still being developed. It's not like crypto, like it's ready to be deployed right now. No. But I'm going to give you one example of why this is major. Blockchain and AI in combination with, let's put quantum computing to the side, in combination with robotics. Look at the delivery system. They've already been testing out delivering packages with drone technology. Now, wait a minute. Who are you going to trust? Are you going to trust a human? I know how this sounds. Look, it's just business. I know how this sounds. It's just business. All right? Because people are like, oh, they're going to take jobs. I'm only talking about this from a moneymaker's perspective. Now, with that being said, let me continue. Who are you going to trust to deliver that package? And it's not a liability. They got the package just floating below the drone. You don't want that drone. What if the human hits a button, does something weird, and it drops a package on somebody? Or they get lost, or they crash into some power lines or something. Who knows? A tree. Now you lost money as a company. You can't take that risk. So who are you going to trust? The human with human error, or the AI that's going to do it perfect, almost near perfectly every single time? With the whole malpractice and ensuring that doesn't happen through the usage of robotics in combination with AI. Then you have the DLT technology, making sure that things are secure, et cetera, like that. Maybe the way that they detect if you have insurance or something through the DLT system, breaking apart information, keeping it encrypted. Payments also, okay, they receive the payment, you come in, you scan this little QR code, then through that DLT system, it registers into the AI, then you can get your surgery. I mean, there's so many possibilities. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all tied together. But all right, so now that we've done that, I may post the rest of these articles in the members only section here. Okay, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.